Joining us on the line, Ross Patterson, the director of the new film Range 15.
Yes, how are you?
Good evening. Oh my God, this is like a geek out moment for Matt and I to actually finally get you on the show.
Stop right there. I'm blushing through the phone. You can't see it, but I am.
I've got my freedom boner.
Right, there you go. Absolutely.
I hope you do. I hope you do.
So
you're a blanket for it as well.
You're an award-winning filmmaker. You are a New York Times best-selling author with At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, the first romance novel for men. You've done all these great films that we were mentioning before. How did you get involved with the Range 15 project?
Wow. There was a lot of prodding. There was a lot of there was some fireworks sent over my house. There was a limousine sent with Puerto Rican women. I don't even know why that race they chose. No, in all honesty, I'd gotten an email from Jared Taylor, who had said to me, "Hey, I'm a huge fan. I love the FDR American Badass. I'm a veteran, and I have this script, and I think you are the only guy who could do this movie." I read the script, and I got right back to him, and I said, "You're right. I think I am the only guy that can do this movie, and let's give it a go and see how it all shakes out."
And this movie was, and if you go online and you watch the original campaign video that was put out to try to get it made, this is a movie that was made by these veterans, created by these veterans because of the way that they felt they'd been depicted in other films.
Correct. And again, like with the body of work that I'd done, once I opened up my production company, I was essentially making the craziest comedies that I wanted to see and that I wanted my friends to see. Little did I know there was another community out there that had just the right amount of dark sense of humor that I had, and they wanted to make the same type of movies that I was making, but starring veterans and for veterans. So we were able to gel almost immediately from the minute I flew in and got to meet these guys in person.
And you were able to get some pretty notable veterans to be in the film. You have some Medal of Honor award winners who are part of this film. I mean, this is something that everybody seemed to want to get involved with.
Yeah, everybody wanted to get involved in it. But I will say this: there was other veterans who thought that they pushed it too hard, that the script was too aggressive, that the comedy was too. I don't want to say pushing the envelope, because it not only pushed the envelope, but it ripped it to shreds. But there was some veterans who did not want to get involved. So the people that you see in this film actually wanted to be in this film, and they wanted to do this for the troops. I think often there's a misconception in Hollywood where you hear out of everyone all the time that, oh my gosh, we support the veterans, we support troops, we support our U.S. military. This was the first time that a script came along where it was actually like, all right, let's put your money where your mouth was. Some of them did it, some of them didn't, and some of them didn't do it for a lot of money, which was shocking.
Well, and you had a number of Hollywood stars in this film. Of course, you have a great repertoire of actors that you work with. Obviously, when it comes down to being a Ross Patterson movie, you're going to look for Richard Riley. You're going to look for some of these other people who are in the film. But, you got William Shatner in there. You got Danny Trejo in there. Keith David, who, to me, is, just in the trailer, I'm like, this guy's just going to crack me up every time he's on camera.
Yeah, and he crushed. What I told them was, look, you guys may not ever be able to make a movie again the rest of your lives. So whoever is in this movie, cast who you want. Cast your dream actors. Really go after the people that you've always wanted to work with and that you've admired on screen or seen, overseas when you were in, deployed. And I'll see if I can make it happen. Shatner was number one on their list. He was the first one to sign on. Danny Trejo was another fan favorite of theirs who had been in a few of my movies before. And then, Sean Astin. When they came back with Keith David was someone I had tried to hire for, I think, 5 movies in a row, but he was always booked. For whatever reason, our schedules matched up on this. He was able to do one day, and that was the exact day that we needed him for. And it was that one was some movie magic on that one.
So, of course, we're talking about Range 15, which is the new film by Ross Patterson, and it's out in theaters now. There's an even wider release coming, but it was shown here on Wednesday night at a local theater, and we have the news story that there was some sort of a threat made to AMC theaters for showing the film. The police didn't give us any kind of details. Do you know anything about this threat and what exactly the beef was with the film?
Yeah, I do. I mean, what happened was the trailer exploded online. It got about, collectively, I would say 6 to 7 million views. The interest started to build among the public, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And the next thing you know, we're in over 500 theaters. We're starting to get listed in 600 theaters. The horrific incident in Orlando happened, and, that was related to ISIS, and I'm not allowed to swear on this, probably, right?
No, but we do have a dump button. So
yeah, okay. Well, with the BS that it happened there, and whatever their beliefs are against America and against veterans and the troops, and our movie was released the same week as that tragedy happened, and there was a memo put out amongst their organization of, hey, let's attack veterans, let's attack movie theaters, and this movie at this time was the perfect target, if you will.
So you were targeted by ISIS with this film.
Correct.
Wow.
We probably got calls from 10 to 12 cities about this film in particular. Luckily, most of them were I want to say handled in a very thoughtful manner where. Me personally, the last place you want to attack, as a theater is a place that there's going to be 1 million veterans at during the week. So the conceal and carry there in most of these theaters is pretty high.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't want to go against any of these guys, in particular any of these guys that are starring in the movie. I don't think in the end. Look, the movie opens. It was phenomenal. It was safe. Nothing happened, and I think that in the end, having a movie, written by veterans, starring veterans, produced by veterans, with the biggest veteran organization supporting it, nothing was going to happen in these theaters in the end. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think that if anything, it kind of shows that. By making this movie, it's kind of put some fear into ISIS and showing them that this is what happens when you have a military united and a people united behind them, and that no matter what kind of threats they make, in the end, they're empty because they're going to back down from the collective might. Yeah.
And I mean, Tim Kennedy was the first one, when the first report came through that they possibly, might want to attack this film. Tim Kennedy, who's one of the stars in the movie, one of the producers in the movie, and just an all-around American badass from the UFC, and he was also special ops. It's like, do you really want to tussle against that guy?
Right, exactly, yeah.
No, you don't. So he came out and made a statement and said, look, everybody stay vigilant. Go see the movie. Be who you are on a regular basis. Just know that, that there will be at least 10 to 20 veterans in every movie across the country, and that nothing will happen to you. You will be safe on our watch, and you can go see Range 15 and not have to worry about anything happening to you while you're seeing this film.
So, Ross, how can people go out and see Range 15? Obviously, the release is just going to continue to grow, I would assume.
Yeah, it's there's screenings going on tonight as well. They'll be going on through most of September. You can go to tug.com, that's TUGG.com. Like I said, it's playing about 600 cities across America. You can buy tickets. If it is not in your city, you can request your own theater in your city, and Tug will set it up overnight for you. And they have a minimum threshold that like 20 to 30 people have to reserve tickets for your theater, and the theater owners will show it. It's an unbelievable deal for an independent film. And we're grateful they exist. And again, everybody can go to TUGG.com and buy tickets.
Well, hopefully we can put together a big enough screening out here that we can get you to come out here and hang out. I know that you've done that with some of the screenings of your other films. Listen, we don't usually do this here on the show. We've had a lot of, big celebrities on the program. We've never asked them to do it, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. The name of our show is Spooky Southcoast. Can you just can you tell the people that they should listen to Spooky Southcoast, but can you do it as St. James, St. James?
The name of the show is Spooky Southcoast?
Yes.
Southcoast, correct?
Yes, Spooky Southcoast, South Coast of Massachusetts.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is St. James Street, James. I hate road abbreviations, so I pronounce my last name. Right now, you should probably be sitting by your fireplace with a warm glass of scotch, no ice, listening to Spooky Southcoast. Thanks, America. You're not only doing me a favor, but you're doing yourselves a favor, too.
Well, I thank you, good sir. Thank you very much. All right, Ross, thanks so much for joining us, and definitely keep us up to date with the film, and of course, we'll keep following you on Facebook and on Twitter at St. James, St. James.
I will. Hey, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, take care, and good luck with the film. I hope it's a huge, huge success for everybody.
Same. And look, F ISIS. Go see the movie that America's ever wanted to make. The best movie they've ever wanted to make.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
And